Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday the 19th of January 2022. Thanks for joining me. I want to use 3 decks for today's reading, and I want to choose one card from each to see what the day is all about. So let me do that. First, we've got the Tarot Art Nouveau. That's just the major arcana. So we've got no minors in this deck. So let me just shuffle this once or twice and then pick my card. So we've got the Magician. Okay, positive. The Magician is the first card of the major arcana, and it's associated with everything that comes first. So it's innovation and competition and getting things done through self-will. Next, we've got, let's have a look what we've got. The Four of Discs, so the Four of Pentacles. And finally, we have this pleases a Virgo. Big, medium, small. Anything that's ordered. Okay, that's great. So we've got the Three of Wands as the final cards. The Three of Wands is also known as the Three of Rods or the Three of Staffs. And in this deck, it says virtue. Virtue? I often feel the Three of Wands is about looking to the future and expanding and saying, what am I going to do with my life? What is my life purpose? Questioning that. So I suppose that is a virtue to do that, but it's not every virtue. Okay, so that's an added meaning. So let's see what the cards are trying to say. The Magician is a guy who's young and strong, so he's able to get things done. The masculine, male and female in the tarot, is very symbolic. So the masculine represents building and strength and creation, and the female talks about perfection and new life, new beginnings. Transforming situations. So the Magician, he is connected to Source, he's connected to his higher self, and that's why he's in the prime of his life here, because he's supercharged, he's spiritually aware, he's living in the present moment, and he's very practical and able to get things done in each one of these ways. We've got all the elements here, and he's the master of all of the elements. So really he can do whatever he wants, and he can do it well, because he is in this position. So it's kind of like a pentagram, with one point at the top. The point at the top, so the five-sided star, right? The pentagram. At the top is spirit, then we've got water, air, fire, earth. And the symbol says that spirit trumps the elements. So as long as you're connected spiritually, the rest will fall into place. And that's what the Magician is able to do. So he's able to take action in his relationships, or spiritually or creatively. He's able to think clearly, to make good decisions. He can apply himself in a way that's enjoyable and lucrative. And he's also doing something that's aligned with his life purpose. You know, so this guy looks like an athlete. So he's going to play to his strengths and do something athletic. He's not going to do something that doesn't play to his strengths. And the good news is that the Magician is all strengths. He doesn't really have a lot of weaknesses. So the message basically is that if you're struggling in any area of your life, connect spiritually. The solution is going to be there. It'll give you answers, and then you can act to resolve your issues. The Four of Discs is about hanging on for dear life. Usually it's a miser hiding his money because he's afraid that someone is going to take his security. The miser has confused security in life with financial security. So if he's got a ton of money in his bank account, then he can relax and go, oh. If he doesn't, then everything's dreadful. Whereas another person may say, do you know what, I'm healthy, I'm spiritually connected, I've got food on the table today, I've got my family. That to me is security and safety. Love and feeling right in myself. So it depends on different people. But the Four of Discs is that tendency to get your hooks into something and to overcompensate and to put it up on a pedestal and to make it more important than it really is. So if you're gripping on for dear life, examine that. It's not going to serve you. It's much better to go with the flow today and to be adaptable, to let the universe guide you to say, do a little bit of this and do that and get things done. If you're hanging on to something for dear life, it kind of blocks your connection with spirit, and you're not going to have access to that power that comes along with it, that channeled power that comes from your higher self when you listen to it. We've got a bed floating up in the air here with mother and child and the moon, and it's kind of hovering over him. So it may even, the way I see this is he's kind of thinking about his love who's back at home with the family, with their child. So he's not in the present moment. He's hanging on to a memory of the past or someone who isn't physically present. And the point is that if you're distracted, if your mind is elsewhere, if you're obsessive about anything, it's not going to help you. It's going to hold you back. If he's not paying attention, this horse looks pretty young and not that bright. It might just go off a cliff if it's not being steered right. You have to pay attention. So be in the present moment if you want to use all of your power and all the power that's available to you. This is the warning to let go and to be adaptable and open-minded. Finally, the Three of Wands. And it's interesting that big, medium, small, the power, is the thing that's most accessible to you. Something that's a little bit more challenging then is the inner work of saying, I'm not going to obsess over something. And if you manage that, it leads you to the Three of Wands. So working through your own issues and your own tendency to obsess over things, working through that is a virtue that's revealed to you, that you can overcome your own behavior patterns, the things where you really want to dig in your heels. You can say, well, actually, I'm just going to keep walking. You have power over that, and that is a virtue. The Three of Wands then, like I said, is about the future and your life purpose and asking yourself, how can I live my life in a way that's more enjoyable, consistently? You know, if I spend 9 hours a day at work, how can I make sure those 9 hours please me? And I'm not just there for the paycheck, but I'm actually enjoying the job. So it's about passion, life purpose. This card is about pentacles, work, money, security. So the two elements that are highlighted via the magician are wands, fire, and pentacles, earth. So I feel that you have the potential to make great changes in your working life, and you can change it from just a job to understanding what your calling is, your vocation, your life purpose when it comes to work. And you can do that by letting go of what already exists and being open to what could be. And then it opens like this flower, and all this red, all this passion comes into your life as a result of the choices you make. Wow. I love days like this. It's so, yes, I can do something with my life. I'm not just a sitting duck here. Number-wise, we've got 1 and 4 is 5. And 3 is 8. And 8 is power and strength in numerology. And that seems to be a theme here because the magician is also powerful and strong. He's powerfully spiritually because he's able to connect with something unmanifest and abstract that doesn't have to do that has nothing to do with the physical body. And then he's able to receive that power and translate it into whichever element he wants. So you're very able. You can pick and choose. The two things, though, that are highlighted are earth and fire. So if you can try and focus on those kind of aspects of life, because that's where you'll make even more progress than usual. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, scroll down a little bit until you get to a button that says book your reading. Click on that to order your reading with me. And I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my personal reading. So if you have any questions about who you are or what your talents are or where you're going in life or what you feel you should be doing if you're missing something. And I'm sorry about the screaming children in the background. My apologies. I wasn't aware. If you have any questions, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.